This mysterious city hanging in the sky and shrouded in khaki is a place that everyone in the world should know in depth. It is not only the core of faith for more than half of the world's population, but also the ultimate destination for spiritual seeking. It is Jerusalem. About 2.3 billion Christians, 2 billion Muslims, and 20 million Jews in the world regard Jerusalem as a holy place. Although it is a common holy place for multiple religions, each sect often believes that Jerusalem belongs to itself, making this city the focus of global political and cultural conflicts. Did you know? Jerusalem, known as the City of Peace, has rarely seen peace in its long history of more than 5,000 years. The city has experienced more than 40 conquests, more than 10 destructions and reconstructions. From the sad Wailing Wall of the Jews to the Via Dolorosa that Jesus Christ walked, the heaviness of history has filled Jerusalem with endless sorrow and challenges. To this day, the conflict in Jerusalem has not stopped. It is the core of the Palestinian-Israeli conflict. It is declared as the capital and actually controlled by Israel. It is also the capital that Palestine desires but has not achieved. So, what kind of tragic city is Jerusalem? Why can't the City of Peace always be peaceful? Like our video? Then don't hesitate and subscribe to our channel now. We will take you to explore cities and stories around the world. Jerusalem, located in the Jewish mountainous area, lies between the Mediterranean Sea and the Dead Sea. The city has a history of more than 5,000 years and has witnessed the rise and fall of countless civilizations. As one of the 4 major developed countries in Asia, Israel has actual control over Jerusalem and has designated it as its capital. This diverse city has advanced infrastructure and a comfortable living environment in the new city area. In its heartland, the Old City of Jerusalem, which is less than 1 square kilometer, gathers many historical and religious relics, becoming the holy intersection of Judaism, Christianity, and Islam. Every stone and every alley in the Old City may hide a rich 1,000-year story. About 3,000 years ago, the Jews established their first country on this land, and the monarch of this country was the famous King David. In the southwest of the Old City of Jerusalem stands an ancient building called the Tower of David. This building was built in the 1st century AD and was originally one of the Jewish defensive fortresses. It is not only a commemoration of King David's achievements in unifying the country, but also the location of the capital at that time. After many destructions and reconstructions, the Tower of David we see today is the appearance of the reconstruction 500 years ago. In a corner of the East City district stands a hill called the Temple Mount, which is said to be the place where God meets humans. Therefore, King Solomon, the son of King David, built the first temple of Judaism here, the Temple of Solomon, also known as the First Temple. Since then, the Temple Mount has occupied an irreplaceable sacred position in the hearts of the Jews. No matter where the Jews are, they will face this holy mountain when they pray, even when they are far away from home. In 586 BC, the Babylonian invaders destroyed the first temple, and the Jews began a half-century-long exile. After returning to their homeland, they rebuilt the second temple on the ruins of the first temple. However, after more than 600 years of ups and downs, the Roman Empire's army occupied Jerusalem again, and the second temple was also destroyed, leaving only a 50-meter-long and 18-meter-high broken wall. For thousands of years, countless Jews from all over the world would come to this stone wall to pray in a low voice and express their suffering in exile when they returned to Jerusalem. Therefore, this section of the wall is called the Wailing Wall by the world. Standing in front of the Wailing Wall, the believers chanted and sometimes swayed forward and backward. Their piety and awe made every onlooker stand in awe. Back in the 7th century, Islam gradually rose under the belief in Allah. The Muslim army conquered Jerusalem and incorporated this historic city into the territory of the Arab Empire. What followed was the construction of the mosque on the Temple Mount. The Dome of the Rock was founded in 688 AD and is famous for its dazzling golden dome. Its exterior walls are decorated with exquisite patterns and blue glazed tiles, inlaid with verses from the Quran, creating a magnificent and sacred atmosphere. Today, the mosque has become one of the most iconic buildings in the Jerusalem skyline. According to the Quran, the Prophet Muhammad ascended to heaven from here and met God, an event known as the Night Ascension. Therefore, the Dome of the Rock has become one of the most important holy places for Muslims. Although the Dome of the Rock is called a mosque, its historical and religious significance has long surpassed that of an ordinary mosque. Today, it is more regarded as a memorial temple, and together with the Al-Aqsa Mosque next to it, it forms the famous Al-Aqsa Mosque complex. Al-Aqsa Mosque was built in 705 AD and has undergone many renovations and expansions to finally present its current appearance. Its dome is covered with lead and shines with silver light, so it is also called the Silver Dome Mosque. Although the appearance of Al-Aqsa Mosque is less magnificent than that of the Dome of the Rock, the entire mosque campus is named after Al-Aqsa. Today, Al-Aqsa Mosque is regarded as the third largest holy mosque in Islam after the Grand Mosque in Mecca and the Prophet's Mosque in Medina. The location of Al-Aqsa Mosque coincides with the ruins of the two holy temples of Judaism. This overlap has not only caused religious disputes, but also accumulated deep historical resentment. Therefore, this piece of land of only 0.1 square kilometers has become the focus of countless conflicts and bloodshed. In today's world, one of the core issues of the Palestinian-Israeli conflict revolves around the ownership of the Temple Mount. Before the Arabs ruled Jerusalem, the city was once a territory of the Roman Empire. The Romans not only controlled Jerusalem, but also exercised strict control over Judaism, which caused great dissatisfaction among the Jewish people. They were eager to see the arrival of the Savior. Against this background, Christianity gradually emerged as a branch of Judaism, believing in Jesus as the Savior. Because Jesus suffered, resurrected, and ascended to heaven in Jerusalem, the city has become an important holy place for Christianity. In Christian tradition, the Via Dolorosa refers to the last journey of Jesus' life. From Jesus' trial and scourging to his crucifixion and final execution, the Via Dolorosa records every step of Jesus' last days. This section of the road was divided into 14 stations by later generations, each of which marks an important event in the process of Jesus' suffering. Walking through these narrow alleys, cobblestone roads, and ancient buildings, it's like traveling through time and space, feeling Jesus' pain and sacrifice and the power of faith. The last stop of the Via Dolorosa is the Church of the Holy Sepulchre, where Jesus was buried after being crucified. Therefore, it is considered one of the most important holy places in the Christian world, attracting countless believers and tourists to make pilgrimages. The core of the Church of the Holy Sepulchre is Jesus' tomb, and at the end of the tomb is Jesus' sarcophagus. According to the Bible, the sarcophagus is empty because Jesus was resurrected 3 days after being buried. Because Jesus' religious ideas at the time were very advanced and posed a threat to the development of Judaism, Judas betrayed Jesus to the Romans, leading to Jesus' suffering. It is said that on Mount Xi'an, southwest of the old city of Jerusalem, Jesus had his Last Supper and suffered betrayal and arrest here. Therefore, Mount Xi'an has become an important place for Christian pilgrimage and commemoration. After Jesus' suffering, his ideas gradually became popular in the Western world through the spread of believers, and eventually Christianity became the state religion of the Roman Empire. In order to beautify history, the Romans accused the Jew Judas of causing Jesus' death, which triggered the Western world's slander and hatred of Jews in the following thousands of years. In the west of Jerusalem, there is a simple and undecorated building, the Jewish Holocaust Memorial. It records the most horrific disaster that the Jewish people have ever suffered. During World War II, 6 million innocent Jews were brutally massacred under the rule of Nazi Germany. The memorial not only tells that dark history, but also reminds people to remember the past, reflect on history, and promote peace. On the Mount of Olives in the east of the Old City of Jerusalem lies one of the largest Jewish cemeteries in the world. Thousands of sarcophagi are densely distributed throughout the hill. This cemetery is regarded as the place of resurrection at the Last Judgment. For thousands of years, despite the expulsion of countless Jews, they still chose to be buried here after death. This shows the strong spirit of the Jewish people to return to their homeland and take root in the Holy Land. Even today, the Jews still firmly believe that their third temple will be rebuilt on the original site of the Temple Mount. However, this is also the third holy place in the hearts of 2 billion Muslims around the world. The intersection of history and the entanglement of fate make Jerusalem a profound symbol. For thousands of years, this city has witnessed conflicts and killings, conquests and destruction, and different countries, religions, and civilizations have taken turns here. Jerusalem carries the hopes of countless people, but also bears the pain of countless people. In the face of people's desire for rights, beliefs, and land, how to protect the peace of this city has always been an eternal mystery. This video ends here. What other cities do you want to know? Welcome to leave a message in the comment area below.